धर्म्यम् अर्ध्यं यशस्यं च सोपदेशं ससङ्ग्रहम्
भविष्यतश्च लोकस्य सर्वकर्मानुदर्शकम्
सर्वशास्त्रार्थसम्पन्नम्
सर्वशिल्पप्रवर्तकम्
नाट्याद्यं पञ्चमं वेदं सेजमिहासं करोम्यहम्
एवं सङ्कल्प्य भगवान् सर्ववेदान् अनुस्मरन्
नाट्यवेदं ततश्चक्रे चतुर्वेदाङ्गसम्भवम् जग्राहपाठ्यं ऋग्वेदात्
सामभ्यो गीतमेव च
यजुर्वेदात् अभिनयान्
रसान अथर्वणादपि
वेदोपवेदैः सम्बद्धौ नाट्यवेदो महात्मना एवं भगवता सृष्टो ब्रह्मणा सर्ववेदिना
In Bharatiya tradition, the Vedas are considered as anadhi, that is, beginningless. They were compiled and edited as four: Rig, Yajus, Sama, and Atharva by sage Vedavyasa. The fifth is the Natya Veda, codified as Bharatiya Natyashastra. Bharatiya because it was recorded by Bharata Muni and practiced by Bharatas or Indians. In the study of Natyashastra and its role in the cultural canvas of our country, it is nice to have with us dancers of various Indian dance disciplines along with my own disciples.
Why two names, Natya Veda and Natya Shastra?
It is Natya Veda because it gives a holistic approach to life, showing the individual's relationship with the entire creation. Like the other Vedas, the Natya Veda was revealed and not composed. The term Veda is derived from the root Vid, meaning jnana or knowledge. Jnana is eternal and not created. Only sages who can see beyond their physical eyes are blessed to receive it. Bharata was a sage. Cognizance, which is essential to regulate life, is Veda, and systematization of that knowledge is Shastra. It's Natya Shastra because it also gives laws of differentiation and particularization for expertise in technique. Since it's both Veda and Shastra by nature, it's universal and beyond time in its value. It's a book on dance, is it not? No. Natya is a comprehensive term for the Indian theatre art, which is an amalgam of the modern play, opera, which is musical drama, and Nritya Nataka or dance drama. The Nata, that is the actor, had to speak, sing with his own voice, and dance.
Is it possible to suggest a date for Natyashastra?
The dates suggested by some scholars range from 500 BC to 500 AD, but I have reasons to believe that the present text belongs to pre-Ramayana period. In all the 36 chapters of this encyclopedic work, there is no mention of Rama or Krishna, the two characters who have dominated the theatre world within our memory.
Which is the region that follows the Natyashastra in totality today?
None. But there is no region which has no traces of its contents. This magnificent work has percolated in every nook and corner where our timeless tradition had taken roots. But it is an oral tradition without any awareness of its existence.
For which region was it originally written?
Bharata himself says that it is meant for humanity at large, living in 7 continents, though it is meant more for Jambudvipa and Bharatavarsha in particular. According to ancient Indian geography, Jambudvipa more or less meant the present Asia and Europe together.
For whom is it meant?
Natyashastra is meant as a guide to both the actors and playwrights. In the modern context, we may extend it to the film, television, and video productions too.
Were artists of various regions familiar with it at any time?
Akka, how could there be a common text with so much diversity around us?
In fact, we have all read that India was brought under one canopy only by the British rulers. That's a fallacy created in the last 150 years. Do you know that all over Bharatavarsha, there was one civil law as laid down by our Dharmashastras, including the Code of Manu? Likewise, we have had one common text on performing arts as given by Bharata. The basic root of the sprawling cultural banyan tree had been our Samskrita language. This time immemorial lingua franca was snapped only in the last century, causing the cancer of disintegration in the common Indian psyche. Samskrita, the common refined language, had coexisted with all our rich regional prakrits.
Likewise, the path given by Bharata was the common Margi system. It coexisted with all the respective regional art forms.
But, Didi, I think in the East, Manipuri culture has been insulated from the rest of the country.
Oh no, it's not true. 2 examples would suffice. The term Ishai means music in both Tamil and in Manipuri languages. The Tiruppugal Talas, on which the Tamil musicologists are doing extensive research, seem to be a living tradition in Manipur. You should know what Guru Bipin Singh had to say.
Natyashastra has come to Manipur through Vaishnava Sangeet Shastra, such as Bhakti Ratnakara, Sangeet Sara Sangraha, Gita Chandrodaya, Ananda Vrindavan Champu, Krishna Rasa Sangeet Sangraha, and Sangeeta Saramrita, etc.
Do we still have Margi now?
Yes, it is immanent in all the Deshi forms, which are our contemporary new classical styles of free India. But this undercurrent is seldom recognized.
Please give us some examples of contemporary Natya forms.
Well, Kudiyattam and Ottantullal of Kerala, Yakshagana of Karnataka, Tirukuttu and Bhagavata Mela of Tamil Nadu, Kuchipudi Bhagavata Mela of Andhra, Bhavai of Gujarat, Jatra of Bengal, Ankya Nat of Assam, Ras, Ramleela and Nautanki of Uttar Pradesh, Bandpatar of Kashmir, the Pan-Indian Katha and many more. In all these, the actors speak, sing and dance. Most of them have the Purvaranga. All these forms are highly theatrical, stylistic and expressive. Many of them have the Daru, a musical form which evolved from the Dhruva of Natyashastra.
These days, why is Natyashastra not being taught to us?
No one is to be blamed for this. After the 12th century in North India and 14th century in South, the common Margi, Natya and Sangeeta were lost due to political, religious and socio-economic reasons. In the 14th century, it was Saint Vidyaranya who took pains to revive the lost tradition. The rise of Vijayanagar Empire saved entire South India from cultural disintegration. In the 15th century, Maharana Kumbha of Mewar in Rajasthan strived to revive the Natyavedic tradition through his writings and buildings. The revivers realized the discrepancy between theory and practice even in the 16th century. The resultant literature of the period captured only a reflection and not the real object of Margi. Hence, they called these works Darpana, meaning mirror.
Akka, Ennadamma? Please identify some Deshi dances. All the present dance and dance drama forms are children of the Deshi of the respective regions. Our free India has seen many of these Deshis recognized and renovated like what we do with old temples.
Some of them are Bharatanatyam, Kathakali, Mohiniyattam, Kuchipudi evolving as solo, Kathak, Manipuri, Orisi, and Chow.
We now understand the relative concepts of Margi and Desi in our cultural canvas.
What about reconstructing the Margi?
That alone will revitalize our common roots.
Yes, this is my humble dream. Like the small squirrel in the Ramayana, I have been ordained to serve in bridging the gap between theory and practice. The result is the revival of Margi.
Paduka, were the palm leaf manuscripts found in North India or South?
Oh, you'll be thrilled to know that so far about 45 manuscripts have been collected from Nepal to Kerala.
Can it be a mere coincidence that when the Kashmirian philosopher Abhinav Gupta was writing his commentary on Natyashastra in the 11th century in the northern extreme, the Shora emperor Rajaraja was simultaneously making a unique sculptural codification of its 4th chapter at the Brihadishwara temple in Tanjavur in the south.
Adbhuta, amazing.
See the stupendous similarity between a Karana sculpture in Kumbakonam in Tamil Nadu and a painting from the faraway Tibet in the Himalayan region. Karana Kunchitam at Kanchipuram in Tamil Nadu, Pattadakkal in Karnataka, Khajuraho region in Madhya Pradesh, and in the living dance tradition of Thailand proves the common adherence to Natyashastra. See this Urdhvajanu Karana of Natyashastra from Sakya in Tibet, Pyre in Kashmir, Ladakh also in Kashmir, Mount Abu in Rajasthan, Ramappa temple in Andhra Pradesh, Sandhya Tandava bronze in Tamil Nadu, and the Natyashastra link in Cambodia in the Far East. Mayura Lalitam Karana, seen in the Shora art at Tanjavur in Tamil Nadu, is also met with in the contemporary dances of Thailand. The Buddhists respected this art right from pre-Christian era as seen at Bharhut in central India and Udayagiri in Orissa. The Jains nurtured it as evidenced from their temples in Mount Abu in Rajasthan and Khajuraho in Madhya Pradesh, and also the 16th century manuscript paintings of Gujarat.
All these are a proof for the common adherence to the Margi.
Akka, is there any story for the origin of Natya?
The whole text is in the form of Bharata answering questions of rishis like Atreya. How did Brahma originate Natya? Is their first question. In order to check the decline in righteous living, Indra requested Brahma to create an audiovisual aid. Brahma compiled the 5th Veda by taking elements from the other 4 Vedas. The text was taken from the Rig Veda, known for its literary and recitative value. Abhinaya, or the art of acting,
was derived from Yajurveda, which involves action with regard to yajna. Samaveda became the source for music. Rasa was derived from Atharva Veda, the study and practice of which needs great mental concentration. Bharata received this Natya Veda from Brahma, and he produced the first play, Amrita Mantana, for Indra's flag festival. Seeing their own defeat enacted, the Asuras were aroused. They mesmerized and hindered the actors. Indra flung his flagstaff called Jarjara and warded off the evil. That Jarjara was presented to the actors as Raksha or protection. Even now, in many Natya, the Sutradhara holds at least a stick. Vishwakarma, the divine architect, designed a playhouse. It became a mini cosmos indeed, with every divine force represented. In Tiruvegapura and some other temples in Kerala seem to be close to the Natyashastraic theatre in architecture and spirit.
Why did the Asuras get angry? Did they get confused with the theatrical action as reality?
Precisely, because the theatrical actions must be seemingly real, yet be something more. Acting is not mere anukarana or imitation, but it's anukirtana, that is, a poetic glorification of reality. Brahma himself pacified the Asuras by explaining Natya. He said,
Natya is a poetic representation of the three worlds, comprising of good and evil, laughter and sorrow, love and hatred, catering to various strata of appreciation, but basically meant to be instructive of dharma and kindle righteousness.
Satyameva Jayate has been the motto of our media, thus instilling character and culture. Every traditional theatre in India has the Sutradhara conducting the Purvaranga, that is, preliminaries. It used to have rituals like Pushpanjali, Jarjara Puja, and actual introduction of the play through a discussion by the Pariparshvakas, the assistants of Sutradhara. We'll now have an abridged Purvaranga.
Nagara नमोस्तु सर्वदेवेभ्यो द्विजातिभ्यः शुभं तथा जितं सोमेन वैराग्य आरोग्यं योग्येव च राज्यं प्रवर्धतां चैव रङ्गश्चायं समृद्ध्यतां प्रेक्षाकर्तुर्महान् धर्मो भवतु ब्रह्म भावितः धिट्टगणं तगणं तगुदरिगणं तद्धिट्टगणं धिट्टगणं तगणं तगुदरिगणं तद्धिट्टगणं धिट्टगणं तगणं तगुदरिगणं अत्र विघ्न विनाशार्थम् पितामहमुखैः सुरैः निर्मितस्त्वं महावीर्यो वज्रसारो महातनुः शिरस्ते रक्षतु ब्रह्मा सर्वैर्देवगणैः सह द्वितीयं च हरः पर्व तृतीयं च जनार्दनः चतुर्थं च कुमारस्ते पंचमं पन्नगोत्तमः नित्यं सर्वेऽपि पान्तु त्वां सुरार्थे च शिवो भव झंडे झंडे झम बुका बलि तकते तेजा बुका बलि तकते तेजा दिग्ले दिग्ले झंडे झंडे झम बुका बलि तकते तेजा बुका बलि तकते तेजा दिग्ले दिग्ले झंडे झंडे दिग्ले दिग्ले झंडे झंडे दिग्ले दिग्ले झंडे झंडे झम बुकबलि तकते तेजा बुकबलि तकते तेजा बुकबलि तकते तेजा सरस्वती ज्योतिर्मेधा श्री श्रीलक्ष्मी ज्योतिर्मतिः पान्तु वो सिद्धिदाच भवन्तु वरं वरदं प्रमथगणपतिं गजचर्मपटं मुनिजनमहितं उमया सहितौ भुजगवलयितं प्रणतोऽस्मि शिवं प्रणतोऽस्मि शिवं त्रिभुवनं पादितशैलम् शोभितभूतसमग्रसमुद्रं ताण्डवनृत्यमिदं प्रणयान्ते पातु वरस्य सदा सुखदायी.
Hey friends, get ready. Bharatiya Doordarshan has asked Dr. Padma Subrahmanyam to present a serial on Bharata's Natyashastra.
Bharata? Is he Rama's son or Shakuntala's brother?
Oof, you idiot. He means sage Bharata, whose Natyashastra is the earliest extant literature on Natya. Knowledge of this
has unfortunately been obsolete for about 500 years.
If so, why try to revive a dead horse? Who is interested in this Natyashastra? We have enough material. Different vadis in Bharatanatyam, different gharanas in Kathak, also Kathakali, Manipuri, Orisi, Kuchipudi, and so many more.
Oh, you seem to know a few terms, but with a limited knowledge. My friend, what you have enlisted are all our beautiful Deshi or regional forms. But we are going to have a peep into the older Magi form, which was the common Rashtriya classical tradition.
What? Margi? It's perhaps a cocktail of regional forms.
You are now exposing your ignorance. If you do not know something, you better have at least the sense of humility to learn. Listen, Margi coexisted with the Deshi forms just as how Samskrita coexisted with several Prakritas, binding the whole of Bharat. Will you call Samskrita as a mixture or cocktail of regional languages? Better talk sense.
Hey, you shut up. I know everything.
You're stinking with arrogance and ignorance.
Oh no! Stop this nonsense. Natyashastra is an ancient and venerated work. In proclaiming its relevance to our times, Dr. Padma Subrahmanyam's earnest effort is twofold. One, it is the expansion of profound artistry in thought, word, and action. Two, it involves the unfolding of its various facets, still seen scattered all over the country, as a living tradition, even at the grassroots level. You'll have 12 more programs on Natyashastra, revealing the common cultural ethos of our great Bharat. Namaste.
Jai Jai Bharati Jai Bharata, Jai Jai Bharati Jai Bharata,